Two old people on a couch. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for viewing the video. Please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video if you enjoy the content. I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers. We're getting almost dangerously close to 100 subscribers.
I know.
So I know we're going to have a party.
And some people say that takes sometimes up to a year. So that's very impressive. Very good job with your channel here.
Yeah.
And I have to say at first, I've been talking to Karen before you came into the room. Yeah, and I told her about yesterday, and I had a headache. I was in a mood.
Oh.
Things weren't going my way too good. So I snapped at you. And
you did.
And I was, I kind of went off a little bit.
Yes.
And not per se yelling at you, per se, but...
You were yelling at me.
No, you think I was.
You were yelling at me.
I was yelling because I couldn't find something.
No.
But whatever. All I'm saying is, I talked to Karen and she said I should apologize.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
And tell you that I was sorry for being a little bit of a jerk yesterday.
Yesterday, I understood why you're being a jerk.
Okay.
This has been a hard time. And in the process, okay, so he couldn't find a pencil. So how many pencils do you have now?
She got mad at me. And I told her, you don't go out, you don't get in that car and get me a pencil. I just asked for you where they were at. I was like, where is there a pencil? And you gave me that look that you give me, like, that's not my job to be the pencil person, right?
It's not.
So you stormed out of the house anyways, even though I told you not to go make a special trip just to buy. And now I've got like about 10 packages.
Of 10 pencils each, so 100 pencils.
So I've got plenty of pencils from now on, and I'm just going to stick them everywhere so I don't have to ask you again. That's all.
That would be great.
All right.
Okay, so anyway, we got some news to get into, so I think this is going to be quick today.
Yes.
So we're going to start out with Hillary Clinton.
Oh.
Hillary Clinton says Biden should not succeed from the election under any circumstances.
And if the DNC mob boss tells you to not concede, you don't concede. You do. And see, and there's another thing probably coming up later on, is whenever the DNC, the email got hacked, right?
Yeah.
So they don't even bother just emailing people
anymore. They just
the commands and all their dirty stuff.
Yeah.
They just come right out on TV and say,
don't succeed.
Biden, we don't want you to concede.
But you have to concede. They're all mad at Trump saying he's not going to concede. And then they tell him not to concede.
She just, back then.
Like they're going to have to get the military to get him out of office.
Before the mail-in ballots and all that crazy stuff, Hillary said they had the best, most secure, way to do, the election. That if Trump lost, whenever he was running against Hillary, he had to just accept it.
Yes.
Accept it no matter what.
Yes.
This stuff is so good and so secure. But since then, they didn't think they were going to lose.
No, they didn't think.
Then they shot him in the foot because then they couldn't come back and say, we protest the election, because that was one of the things we pushed the whole time was you got to accept it. So Hillary had to accept it. I'm sure she was like fuming and bouncing off the walls.
She was. She wouldn't even come out and give her concessions.
Yeah, she was mad, boy. She was mad. But now the emails are hacked, so they just come out and say it
on there.
And now all of a sudden, they know they're going to lose. They know it. It's not looking good. So now they're saying
you can't concede.
All this,
don't concede.
Yeah, even though we have to trust it. All right, that's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. So that happened.
Okay.
And then Pelosi came out and said that Trump shouldn't debate.
This was the other one. Yeah.
Yes.
Again, the DNC email is hacked. So instead of trying to, if she emailed that to him and then they came out and said, oh, Pelosi told him not to do it in an email, right? It would be all sneaky. And they would be busted because their email got caught. But now they're just like the DNC mob leaders are just coming out and dictating what goes down in the open over the... And she says, oh, please don't tell Biden this. like they're on national, she's on TV. Like Biden is not going to know that Pelosi, like people aren't going to be like, hey, Pelosi just told you to not debate. Like he's never going to hear it. Like if she tells everybody, shh, be quiet, don't tell Biden, that it's not going to get back to him.
If Biden is their candidate and Biden doesn't debate, this whole thing is a farce. This whole thing is a farce.
Which
do you think they're going to switch it out before the debate?
Yeah, they're all setting it up to be. They're making it sound like he's going to make it all the way to the debates and everything's going to be hunky dory and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But sooner or later,
they're
going to do the switcheroo.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to pick somebody that the DNC mob boss has control of, which would be, or somebody that's also maybe in lots of trouble for doing some spying and some treasonous activities. So they got to get somebody, because now they can pick whoever they want. Now that he
has accepted,
it doesn't matter. The DNC mob boss can throw whoever
they want
he or she
and
wants into the position.
The people don't decide.
The Democrats, even last go around, they cheated Bernie Sanders out of it. He would have won.
They probably cheated him out of it again.
They cheated him out of it again, and all the people won him. So either he's just part of the whole, like he always at their last second goes, "Oh, sorry guys, all my socialist backers, go to them." So they get the socialist vote to go to, because they're like, well, that's the least evil out of the two.
Yeah,
is give it to Biden.
Because the Republicans are still patriots, and we still love America and freedom and capitalism and all those things that America was founded on.
They did it the same trick last time, and they're doing it now. And the DNC is always going to put who they want in, no matter who the American people on the Democratic side vote for.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to put whoever they want into that.
Into there.
Oh yeah. It's all rigged.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so last time you talked about the lady at the restaurant that got attacked by the rioters, and they were trying to get her to
force her to do the
fist bump or whatever this thing, this crazy thing. Well, there she is. That's the picture of her.
Up against the wall, like, what is
She's
wrong?
Like, I'm just trying to have a drink
she
here
was just like,
and
pass
having
the
dinner.
salt.
Yeah.
Just here. She's just, I'm eating my sandwich here.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost got in a fight one time in McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
And the neighboring school that we're rivals with, and I had on my garb, my high school garb, and I was eating my sandwich, and like 4 or 5 guys came up to me, and they're like, "We're gonna beat the crap out of you," and everything like that. And I'm like trying to buy some time, so I'm just eating my sandwich. I'm like, okay, let me just finish my sandwich here. And whenever I get done with my sandwich, then we can commence to the ass beating. But can I just enjoy my sandwich? And they're like, yeah, or something. And then they all, they were waiting for me outside to beat my butt. But I was like, hey, that worked, And I was eating my sandwich. And then it's a long story after that. I won't tell you.
Okay. That's good.
I just thought I'd throw that in. We're trying to keep these short.
I know. So anyway, you had some tidbits about the rioting that's still going on, and something about CNN is now saying it's not working for the RNC, so now they want the rioting to stop. But I think they're going on overload.
They might be saying now, well, it's not looking good. Everybody, the polls are saying it's looking bad on the Democrats because the rioters are tied to the DNC, and it's not looking good. So they're in a panic. They don't know. They need chaos.
Yeah.
And they thought that this would keep on just making
Trump look bad.
Just chaos, and they want it to stop. But everybody's pinning the chaos on the DNC. And so now the DNC mob boss don't know which way to go now. They're like, okay, that plan's we'll keep it going,
But I think they're doubling down on it because now they're bringing it back and they're trying to get it.
It'll get worse
and stuff
they'll
like that.
They'll try to get people. They'll try to get people
on both sides
shooting at.
Yes, and they'll try to say it's people that aren't shooting at them
that are worse. They'll try to make the other side worse by instigating and maybe throwing in a little black flag person.
Yeah.
To do some stuff, and then they'll be like, "Oh, it's all." They're gonna try to swap it, but we all know BLM and Antifa. They're the ones causing all this crap. Chaos. No doubt about it.
Okay, so the NBA postpones their Wednesday night games, right? 3 Wednesday night playoff games, right? But to boycott for this Jacob Blake. But they just postponed them, which means that they're still going to play them. So that's very stupid. Stupid. It makes no point.
First,
just cancel them and go home.
You do all this stuff, and you think that the COVID is what's...
Yeah.
And then they do all this to get it going again. So, is the local Taco Bell drive-through answering guy, is he supposed to be like... That's it. I'm I'm out of here, right?
I'm out of here.
Well, I know those other people have a lot of money and prestige and everything like that, but and something
but it's
heinous,
not doing anything.
Something heinous. Again, I'm not going to bring up
we're not talking about
racial divide or anything.
No.
Because something heinous happens every probably minute to 10 minutes of every day. Across the United States.
Yeah.
So if you're going to protest one heinous act...
You got to protest them all.
You got to protest them. So every time somebody does something bad in America, the sports... I'm done.
But
we don't have cable. But, but
I'm done with all sports.
I never was a big basketball fan. I gave up
I don't
Major League Baseball way back in the 80s. But... I'm pretty much, I can live without sports, man. And here's my suggestion I did in one of our earlier shows. Go take the money, especially your rich guys, that have the luxury booths where they all sit up in the luxury booth and eat steak. And they have those little salt shakers. Whatever. Those guys, take your money. Go spend it on your local high school and little league. That same amount of money that you had to get that booth, you go spend it on your high school and your little league programs, and don't try to control it, but just go there and have a whale of a good time, and let's pump money into our local sports, and let's just not worry about all these babies,
rich people,
babies out there. They're cutting themselves in the foot, and they don't even realize they get these big wads of paychecks because they play on TV and they're popular. But now they're not so popular.
They're not.
And they're not playing on TV. That means no paycheck.
That should mean no paycheck. But
well, sooner or later it will.
My point is they're just postponing the games. So it's not like the games aren't going to happen. So what is it proving? Nothing. Okay, so...
Yep.
Okay, so last night,
hey,
Trump did his speech,
great speech
for the RNC,
and he acted all presidential, and that's what everybody wanted him to do. But now they're saying he acted presidential, and they're like, he can't win for losing.
No, he can't.
But whatever.
But anyway, we're not talking about that.
Okay.
Good speech,
right,
but we're talking about the green dress, which Twitter already lit up, and they green dressed it with the protest on top of her dress, and Biden on top of her dress, and all kinds of ridiculousness. But you want to tell me something about the green dress?
There's a symbol for. Do you have the letter?
Oh,
this isn't the right color, but there's a symbol for that. We can't say it, or else it won't probably get posted. There's a symbol for that, and it's a green frog. I think his name's Pepe.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But that was a throw out because they were, the media's been trying to ask him about they've been asking him about that, and he's like, I'm not too sure about that. I don't know anything about that,
Yeah.
But I hear they're good people. They want to get rid of pedophilia, and they're patriots, and they just want America to be great.
And
again.
they like me.
And they like me. And so that's a symbol to all the lettered people that, hey, we know he's there. We're not going to.
Yeah.
That's what the movement's all about. It's all like, we don't know who he is, but we have ideas of who he could, who he could be and everything. So that, and Pompeo, or whatever his name is, he was given a speech or a press briefing, and he wore a lime green tie. Like, what business who wears a suit with a lime green tie? So there's symbolism in
all that,
in that dress.
Okay.
And by the way, she's looking mighty.
She does
good.
look mighty good. I did when I saw her. I thought, that's a strange color for a dress.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think green screen whenever I saw it, right?
Yeah.
And then people are. You should see Twitter. They green screened all kinds of stuff.
It goes deeper than you can imagine, man. I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm on these things.
You're on it?
Yeah. And then we look today. Nothing. We've already kind of made our, the softball made its predictions. So those all are coming up. So nothing really new in the, other than Mark was in trouble yesterday for yelling at Debbie.
So again, this is just another one where the NHL, the hockey, postponed their games, but again, they postponed it, so they are still playing it, and they're rescheduling them, so it doesn't do anything.
Doesn't matter. And the Major League Baseball is canceling.
Kneeling doesn't do anything.
They're all canceling.
It doesn't do anything.
You know what? NHL, Major League Baseball, all those people. America can't.
I must have had two pictures of it.
America can get by. We'll be just fine. Or is it starting from the beginning?
I don't think so.
All right. What's that one for?
I don't know.
Kenosha. All right.
For some reason, I haven't. Whoa.
See, that's the beginning.
That's the beginning. Yeah, but I had one more.
Okay,
I had
we'll
one
get
more,
to
but...
it. You messed it all up. What?
Okay.
Yep, whatever it is, it's not there because it keeps on going back to this.
It was that. It was that.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Karen.
Sorry. Karen.
What is wrong with you over there?
Get it right, Karen.
Working.
Yes. Sorry about that. This is the last thing, and I wanted to be sure to talk about this, is that I guess the Big Ten is meeting, and they're thinking about playing now, or they might play at Thanksgiving now, or in January as a start date.
Months ago.
That's your
prediction. Whenever you said
if people
on the show, you said Big Ten has released its shortened 10-game season.
Yes.
And I said what?
No football.
I looked at the softball. Softball told me no football.
Yeah.
Then I came back on another show.
Yes.
And I said, I looked at the softball, and the softball told me a little bit more. That they would take it up close to the season, right? Then right before the season, they would say no football on one show. And then I said the softball predicted that mainly the band members. The band wants to play really bad at halftime and go on their bus trips.
Yeah.
so do the players.
Yeah.
But the band is really up. I mean, out of all the things, the band members are like, we want to wear the hat with the thing and make the designs on the field.
Yeah.
And we want to get in our bus trip and sing songs as we're going to the football game.
Yeah.
And so I didn't say, and I said the boosters because they're rich and the boosters want football. Softball didn't tell me the parents, but the players and the boosters. Now the players,
they want to know why,
are in court right now. 8 of the Nebraskan players are trying to find out
why aren't we playing?
Because they're saying the Big Ten didn't do it protocol. Like there was supposed to be a vote, but they're not releasing who voted what. And they're like saying, we want to know. And then some of the people that were supposed to vote are saying, we never voted. So it's getting...
So they're talking about playing, or they might play late, or they might start by Thanksgiving, which is stupid.
All I know...
Or they might start next year, so we'll have to see.
All I know is the softball
knows
was
everything.
Nailed. I mean, it couldn't have worked out exactly how I said it, but I can't take credit. I get it all from the football.
The football?
I mean, the softball. I get it all from the softball.
Yeah.
And, hey, go back and watch our shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I put it up on Facebook so people wouldn't have to research it. But I went back a couple months ago and said, boom, this is what's going to happen. Boom, this is what's going to happen. So people didn't have to look for it. Sure enough.
That's what happened. Okay. So you got anything else?
That's it.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up for
Let's keep it short.
This Wrap Up Friday. We're going
right.
to wrap it up. So until next time, remember, keeping it simple is not the same as doing nothing.